we've expanded our business model from the old way to today, which is a B3B trading technology that empowers wholesale global business, period. Grovara 3.0 is unbelievable. Grovara Technologies LLC is an actual technology company. Hey, welcome back. We are here live at the Grodega talking about all things Grovara. We got a new logo, new brand. Check this out. You can see the back here of the new jackets. We're going to talk today about what it takes to launch a new brand. Now, as you know, Grovara has come a long way. Last 2 years, we've expanded our business model from the old way, which was just exporting natural food and beverages across the globe. That was the whole concept of the business, to today, which is a B3B trading technology that empowers wholesale global business, period. You can do everything from A to Z now on this new platform, but it's been a long way to get here. The business started out actually as just like, if you think about it, in 2010, we had no technology, zero. We didn't have a web page. So how do you take a product and then get it across the globe? And how do you keep track of all your data? That was the hard part, because without, an actual platform to manage the back end, everything's manual. It's all analog. So you literally have to keep track of all your catalogs, all your price sheets, all your suppliers and vendors and logistics partners, all your compliance, the regulatory, the samples. Everything is just managed literally in spreadsheets or on sticky notes and paper. So that, you can imagine, is a little bit of a quagmire, especially when you're trying to grow a business, because God forbid one of your vendors change their pricing, right? Let's say, for example, Badia is like, hey, we're going to change our pricing. Badia changes their pricing. We have to go through our records, find out who we gave pricing to, who have we talked to about Badia, let them know that, hey, the pricing is going to change on a one by one basis. You can imagine the undertaking. And then if they add a new SKU, so they got a new flavor that they bring to market, we have to then go back to our records. Who have we offered Badia to in the past? Who should we notify that there's new inventory coming online? And God forbid there's a recall. Like, let's say we have to bring back product that's been shipped. Imagine all the manual steps that are needed to kind of unwind a transaction. It's a lot. But now we have our 3.0, Grovara 3.0 is unbelievable. Grovara Technologies LLC is an actual technology company. For the first time in years, we're actually beating the market. We're ahead of where the industry is today. In fact, when I thought of the idea of a trading technology in 2010, I thought I planned it out all the way to today, or to the launch of 3.0. And now it's all blue ocean, as they like to say. It's all creative. We are figuring this out now because it's new terrain with the new AI integrations, new workflows, and just the automatic, seamless integration of other people's technologies within our systems, and just the organizational structure that we brought together with this platform is game-changing for the industry. And the industry is huge. You're talking about wholesale trading, period. And it's amazing to think that in 2025, companies, billion-dollar companies, are still doing massive amount of business with the old analog brick-and-mortar business. Versus now with 3.0, you can imagine if Badia changes their pricing, all of a sudden now, anyone who had the pricing gets notified, or they recall a product or discontinue a product. The platform provides total seamless workflow and automation, so that at least 85-90% of what we were doing before can now just be in what would have taken hours, days, weeks, can now be done in minutes. Things like making a purchase order. When a buyer is like, yes, I want that product, they submit a purchase order. But sometimes that purchase order is in the form of a text message or an email. And then we would have to then make manually our own purchase order on our own, stationary letterhead, and make sure all the information's accurate. Sometimes the buyer didn't even give us all the information. Sometimes it was over a WhatsApp message. Hey, I want to place an order. And then we would then have to formalize the document, submit the document to the brand, and then go back and forth all manually. And then anytime the brand said something, we then had to then convey that message directly to the buyer ourselves. So there's always this like in between and all this like when you're a kid and you're playing like Whisper Down the Lane, and sometimes things don't, there's time it takes to convey information, and there's loss of data, so things get construed or changed. And you can imagine the analog business of Grovara is a lot, and it's very hard to scale. But now with 3.0, all of it's automated. Buyers come to the site, they see a brand they like, they go to the brand, hey brand, they can click one button on Grovara that says start the conversation. And they can begin directly conversing with the brand on the technology and negotiating to get the deal to where it needs to ship and hopefully be successful for a reorder. Again, all managed on the system. Grovara is still overseeing the entire trade, making sure all parties are playing nice, making sure no one's circumventing the system, making sure that we're acting as almost like an escrow agent, like a cultural intermediary. Again, completely new business compared to what we used to do in terms of managing everything in an analog way. All the new technologies coming to market, the AI integrations are going to keep making things faster, better, easier. It's kind of crazy because we show the product and we show the application to people at these brands, and they're actually a little bit afraid of this because they're like, well, wait a minute. You are talking about pricing with buyers. That's my job here. Grovara is going to replace my job? And then we come off a little bit scary, right? That's not necessarily a good thing for us. It's forcing us to really identify who we need to talk to at the companies to make sure that we get the best make the best impression and make the best look. And the reality is, sure, we're going to automate a lot of what people are doing today, but I don't think we're going to replace as many people as the technology probably is scary enough to lead people to believe. I think we're definitely we're going to force the marketplace to evolve, and people's roles in the industry are going to change. And but I don't think we're going to actually completely wipe out entire divisions of corporations. I think a customer support and a brand management and just acting as an overseer. Grovara Technologies has come to market with this amazing new tech 3.0, B3B. Now, what is B3B? I'm imagining like the bouncing ball here. B3B, David, And you got your brands, you got your broker-dealers, and you got your buyers. Now, for the sake of conversation, we're calling dealers, right? They don't like being called brokers because, to quote everyone in the industry, I do so much more than just broker deals. And they take it as a little bit of an insult. But really what we've done is we've created a platform that allows the brands, the broker dealers, and the buyers all do their business and actually have some good visibility and organizational structures. Because you can imagine every brand does things their own way, every buyer does things their own way, and all the dealers do their things their own ways. And then they try and get them all together, and they're like, no, my SOP is this, I don't do it like this is how I do it. And there's really been no standardization in the business. And so now, like using our fields, our forms, our purchase orders, all the information is dynamically populated into the platform and rides along with an order. The messaging now is absolutely gorgeous. Wait till you see it. Just like little tabs. If you want to talk to Grovara, right there you can. You want to talk to the buyer or the brand or the dealer. Click, click, click. Real easy interface. The notification structure is like pristine, top-notch, beautiful interface. And also, more importantly, the idea of our pallet builder, allowing the brands to organize their inventory in such a way that they can maximize the pallets. So when a buyer places an order, they can mix and match and really get the most bang for their buck and maximize the logistics and the fulfillment to make easy, clean supply chains. So we're building a recommendation engine. We're building our whole referral widget. We've got All these AI integrations you can imagine from a customer support angle. The system really is truly unbelievable. If you have any questions or you want a private demo of the technology, please reach out to me or anyone on the platform, and we'll give you we can walk you through. Or just go to grovara.com and sign up. It's pretty straightforward these days. We've automated so much. It's so exciting to see what we're going to be bringing to the industry. Thank you for watching the Grodega podcast. If you liked what you saw here today, like, comment, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever you're seeing this. And don't forget to always go global here at Grovara.